Please welcome to the stage Deepak Puri with Dem Labs.
Thanks, Genevieve. That was really impressive. I'm Deepak Puri. I'm with Democracy Labs. I have the wonderful assignment of making you all chatbot experts in 5 minutes. Very briefly, my background, I used to work in Silicon Valley for a long time, and then after the last presidential election, we started a non-for-profit called Democracy Labs, and what we do is we try and find the best existing software and match it with campaigns and advocacy groups. As a show of hands, just to kind of illustrate the point, how many of you took either Uber or Lyft to get here this morning? Great, so roughly a third of you. The point is this, a lot of campaigns and advocacy groups have very little time, less money, and very little technical skills. So the proposition we start off with is, let's not try and reinvent something when there's existing technology available. So the same technology that Uber and Lyft use to tell you your driver is coming or get to the curb or whatever can also be applied in political processes. So let's kind of walk you. I'm going to illustrate this with 4 different campaigns that we've been involved with. So first of all, what is a chatbot? A chatbot is nothing more than a simple way to respond to your voters, your volunteers, your canvassers. That's all there is. It works in 4 different modes. Someone can call in, someone can text in, you can use Facebook Messenger, or you can use Alexa. One way to imagine this is, imagine you have a new hire. This person is your assistant, and you tell him or her, if someone asks you for this, say this. If someone asks you for that, do this. And if you're confused, come talk to me. A chatbot is the equivalent of that assistant. So far, so good? Now, where it applies in campaigns is in 3 modes. First of all, you want to engage with voters and you want to collect details, you want to give them information. Step 1. Step 2, when someone calls in, you want to collect their details. It might be their phone number, their address, if they're disabled or what have you. So a chatbot can collect that information. And finally, when it comes time for voting day, you can kind of mobilize them because now you've collected phone numbers, and because they have opted in, you have the ability to text them without having dozens of volunteers. There's a big significance. You can't spam a list of phone numbers. The telcos will shut you down right away. But if people have opted in, meaning they have contacted you rather than the other way around, and you ask their permission, can I communicate with you? And they say yes. That list is golden. So keep that in mind. And a chatbot can collect that for you. So, example number 1. There's a wonderful organization called Vote Riders. What they do is they provide information on what is a valid ID. So if you're in Nebraska and you don't know what you need to take in to go vote, they will help you free of charge. They give you the information, they mail out cards. And by the way, the phone numbers I have on the slides, they're active phone numbers, they're real. So after the session, please don't do it now, but after the session, you can try it out for yourself. So what these folks were doing was there's only so many cards you can create and print and send out, so they wanted an automatic way to do it. So they designed this, we helped them create this chatbot, which basically you text into this number, it'll ask you what state do you live in and what language is your preference. And they created a spreadsheet, and it right away takes you back the information. Super simple. The one thing that we believe at Dem Labs is the same platform, if we use technology that Uber and Lyft uses, we know it's state-of-the-art. It also gives us the ability to drive down costs. So a chatbot like this costs less than $500, meaning this is not only for the big campaigns, even little campaigns and small groups that have very little money can use it. Dem Labs, like I said before, is a non-for-profit. You know, we're not in this to make money out of it. Here's an example, a different one, which I'm really proud of. So we are, I'm going to speed it up. There's a group called Abortion Care Network. They help people find the nearest clinic. And what this chatbot does is, in some states, believe it or not, there is no clinic. So finding where you should go is a challenge. So this bot, you can simply text in your phone number, and it finds out what is the nearest clinic and sends you the details. Again, try it out. It's wonderful. A third example, this is a group which is trying to organize union workers. Again, the Uber example that I mentioned, say for instance, if you're trying to organize workers, whether it's Uber drivers or maids or people working somewhere out in the field, how do you get in touch with them? Because they're always on the go. It's not that you can be standing outside the factory door handing out cards. So what we help this group do is basically they promote to the drivers, contact this number, we'll get you details, and they build up a list. This one is another example of a text one. The final one, and Genevieve is giving me the wrap-up signal, is in parts of Virginia, there is no internet access. So they wanted to build a way to get people rides to the polls. So this is a voice-based chatbot. What it does is you can call this number. It'll ask you, what is your phone number, what's your address, when do you need the ride? The chatbot transcribes it automatically and sends it out as an email. So you get all the details right away. And again, all of these chatbots are built using a platform called Twilio. They all cost less than $500. And what we see is an ongoing need for different applications. This is just a sample. And finally, what we try and do is we're not developing any software. We're not selling any software. We're simply trying to find the best existing solutions and helping people, you know, apply them. The training is free. There's the information link on the back. And thanks to Genevieve for giving us this opportunity. Thanks, Genevieve.